Welcome everybody to our latest episode of Keys to the Market. Today I am chatting with Miss Monique Paramore out of the West Palm Beach, Florida market. So if you're moving that way, she is the one that you want to connect with. We're gonna go ahead and just go dig right into it. Why not? Monique, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you bring to the world of real estate.
I guess I can't introduce myself without saying that I'm an assistant principal for Palm Beach County. I Being an educator is very important to me, and it helps me as a realtor. I do this as a service to my clients. I consider myself having been in real estate since I bought my first house. I purchased in 2007 when I was 18,
Nice.
and I was lucky enough to get grant funding from the city at the time.
Mhm.
I received $40,000 to buy my house and then another $30,000 to rehabilitate my house. And then I sold at the peak of the market in 2021 and I made $180,000 and bought two more properties.
There
So
you go.
I really believe in home ownership and the real estate industry. And I mean, what it can do to foster generational wealth. So that is what motivates me to be in this career. Not only that, but on top of that, I can also use my wherewithal to continue to purchase property and build my own generational wealth. So
So,
that's really why I do it. I love getting first-time homeowners in properties, and just continuing to share the knowledge with people who are trying to get out there, who are trying to change the dynamic of their generation.
that's amazing. That is absolutely 18. Let me just stop right now and say, if I would have known then what I know now at age 18, oh my goodness, the things I could have done with my life. But we're here where we are now, and we're not going to complain about it at all. But how does being an assistant principal, how does that help you in the real estate world? Because I do know a lot of people who are in education that are in real estate, and it seems like the two kind of go hand in hand.
They do. As a realtor, you have to educate people often,
Mhm.
and there's a technique to it. I have 3 degrees in education. It is definitely necessary. I have a way of, you know, the stuff that we're talking about is very high level, very intricate. And if you don't dabble in real estate, you don't understand it. I could tell you all day that you need to shop around for lenders, and people will tell me, well, but what about my credit? Uh, you need to be more concerned about the bottom line on your property. How
Right.
about that? So, I mean, it's just specifics that they're just not aware of. And so I get down and we really work through every part of this deal and why I'm making this recommendation versus that recommendation. So I definitely think education helps me not only educate, but just work with people in general. I have to be patient with my
Yes,
parents.
you do.
And in the same right, we have to be patient with our clients.
What do you prefer, dealing with children or dealing with adults with money?
Um, I prefer
She doesn't
dealing
want to
with
say
children. I definitely prefer dealing with children. Every educator will say children are the reason we do what we do. Um, but I do know that, like you said, real estate and education, they work hand in hand because if you help educate the parents on real estate and what entering that market can do for them, it helps our children 100 times over.
Oh, for
So,
sure.
I
For
think
sure.
that's really important. Getting our parents stable in stable environments. I mean, it helps in a whole lot of ways, not just financially, not just um, getting them a home, but just teaching our children that it's possible.
For sure. For sure. I think I read somewhere once that children who come from homes where the parents owned were a lot more stable and I hate to say the word, but more successful in life just
And
because of that. There's a different, I think, not saying that I'm not, because I grew up where we didn't own any homes until I got older, and then my mom was able to own a home of her own. But so we were fine. But I'm looking at, understand now, because we always thought, the children that had it all, those are the ones whose parents own houses. Strangely enough, when you actually sit down and look at the bare bones pieces of it, those were the ones we thought were like falling out of control were the ones who, if you look at it, their parents owned their homes. And here
It's
we are.
definitely, I'm sorry to cut you off. What were
Oh
you
no,
going to
you're
say?
fine.
It's definitely a game changer. I mean, I come from a family that struggled financially. I brought when I was 18, and it just was a happenstance. My sister is 5 years older than me, and she found the program and was like, "I'm going to buy a house." And I said, "Well, is there an age limit?" And she said, "No, you just have to have a job." So I went and bought a house with her. We both got grants from the city. My little sister followed suit. She got a grant from the city and brought her house. So we're talking about people who did not own property. We rented most of our life
Mhm.
growing up, and all three of us brought property. Then my mom, like you said, my mom came into the game after we had already done it and brought a house. So it's just watching people do it and realizing that, oh, if you can do it, then I can do it. And then we show each other how to do it. And then I sold, and then my mom sold, and then my sister sold. I mean, in the last year, we've made $700,000 as a family. I
Love it.
mean, that's huge coming from Miami, North Miami, way back in the day. I mean, to look at myself now, it's. I truly believe in real estate fostering generational wealth.
Absolutely. You
My
brought
daughter
18.
has.
That
I
is,
know it's insane. It's insane.
that's a conversation for another day. Because I will say this, I wanted to kind of tap into the younger generation, the 18, 19, 20-year-olds that if they don't stay at home, they've got to go somewhere and pay rent. And let them know that you do have a choice. You don't have, that's not the only route that you can take. But having, I guess, for them to understand that it's doable and it's been done,
Possible.
that is major. When you didn't say 19, 20, you said 18. That means you were a minor the year before. Like, that is amazing to me. And I give you all the kudos in the world for having the gumption to say, I'm doing this, and you did it. Um, I so I'm a Facebook stalker. I just want to put that out there. So I did go and I checked out your social media as anyone else would. And I noticed that you had in your bio that you do staging. Is that something you do more so than not, or is it like a one-off type thing that if it happens, then I'm there for it?
In my bio on what?
Instagram, I think it was.
Um,
Or
no,
it
I
might
don't
have
do
been
staging.
Zillow.
I have an Airbnb though. I don't
Okay.
know if that's what you saw. I have an Airbnb that I have staged for the purpose of short-term rental, but no, I don't do staging.
Okay, because me either. I'm not the designer. I can help you buy a house all day long and help you sell a house, but don't ask me how to design it. That's not my life. That's what the stagers are for. And we have something in common. We both drive electric cars. How's your Tesla?
Oh, I love my car. I do love my car. I wish it was bigger, but I love my car.
It
Um,
looks like it's bigger than mine. I've got the Ford Mach-E, but yours looks longer. I think that's what it is.
I have the just the Model 3, but
Mhm.
I used to have a BMW. I switched over when I moved. I just bought a house in Port St. Lucie, so I switched to the Tesla. Um, I love it. I like not having to go to a gas station. It's awesome.
Listen, that
And
part right there.
when you're
I haven't
driving
been to a gas
45
station in
miles,
a long time. Yes, ma'am. That, and especially in our industry where we do a lot of driving. So the last thing you want to do at the end of a long day is have to stop at the gas station. So to be
yes.
able to just plug and go, I'll take it. I will take it all day.
And do you
But
have a an electrical socket at your property, at your
yes,
home? Yes,
absolutely. We
I did
had to
it the
do it because
first day.
we're a little more rural than probably Westcom or St. Lucie. So there's not like a charge station on every corner. And then you
On
got
every corner.
Tesla. So Tesla has, free meal, run of the mill as far as the chargers are. And the closest fast charger to us is like 20, 25 minutes away.
Okay.
So that's like
You
defeating the
have to
whole
get a
point
charger.
of charging. So he's like, yeah, we got to get one. So we were able to get one installed. Best move ever. It's almost like that should be a requirement in a house at this point is to have that outlet already there. Go ahead and spend the extra 400 or 500 bucks and get that done. For
That's
sure.
what I did. I just got them to install the outlet when I purchased the car.
Very nice. So tell us a little bit about your experience in real estate? Well, not since you were 18, but the newer,
Newer stuff.
the newer part.
It's been very fast. My volume was, uh, the first year wasn't really a full year. So I sold one property after I became a realtor in July, and so in October I closed on my. The following year, I did 1.4 million, and this year I did 1.5. So it's just been really fast. I love it though. I've been able to get a lot of first-time homeowners into their properties. I've done a lot of condos, investor properties. The market is interesting. It's this was a crazy time to get into the market because it exploded. It is turning more and more in California's market. It's
Hmm.
very high priced. And then when interest rates skyrocketed, when they say, I don't think it could get any worse, and then it gets worse.
Definitely.
When when our prices went up, it's very strange for Floridians. We're used to having everything, all the luxury and none of the costs. And
Right.
so everybody freaked out. They were like, what do you mean there are no $300,000 houses? So I'm like, there are no $300,000 houses. That's what I mean. They have gone up. I mean, even in my property that I brought a new construction in Port St. Lucie in June,
Mhm.
and I brought it for 385 with my commission off of it, and now they're selling them for 430,
Already.
430, 480. Some of them are even 500. Yes, already. So they are closing for that price. My same 3 bedroom, it has $100,000 plus equity in it in what, 6, 7 months.
That is
It's
amazing.
insane.
That's absolutely insane. So you are Port St. So where's Port St. Lucie compared to West Palm Beach? Because I don't know exactly how far they are from each other.
Port St. Lucie is about 45 minutes north.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad
It's
at all.
not bad. People here will tell you it's like the worst
Forever
thing
away.
ever. Yes, nobody likes to drive here because all we do is drive here.
Hmm.
But it is not that bad. I work in West Palm Beach and I live in Port St. Lucie. I've done the drive. I switched over my car so I could do the drive. It is not unbearable. It's actually a pretty calm drive. And I'm one of those people that like to live in peace and quiet and then drive to the craziness.
Yeah.
Um, West Palm Beach I loved West Palm Beach. I lived here before I moved, and it's gotten busy. All the people that are moving here, there's now traffic. There's a lot of people.
Gotcha. Where are the people that are moving to West Palm Beach? Where are they coming from?
Um, I've gotten them from all over Boston, Connecticut, New York. I think right now, COVID changed the game, and it was a surprise. Nobody expected remote work to come about.
Right.
And what remote work did to Florida is all the people that didn't want to move here because we don't pay enough to employ people, they decided, oh, you mean I could work in DC and LA and move to sunny South Florida? Why
Mhm.
wouldn't I do that? So remote work really, really messed things up for Floridians because Floridians can't afford to live in Florida. They just
Yeah,
can't.
that is a good way to put that. I will, and then everybody knows that Florida has the one thing that California doesn't have, New York doesn't have. They don't have state income tax. So everybody was like,
Yes.
I don't have to wait till I retire. I can make my money and move down there now. You people can go bye bye. Like
Yes.
that's pretty much what happened. I'm from northern Florida, a little
Mhm.
island called Amelia Island, aka Fernandina Beach.
Mhm.
And when I was there, I would have never been able. I can't move back home. Like I can't afford to move back home because now it's more of a touristy type town.
Mhm.
So one of my friends listed, actually a family member, she listed a home that when she listed it and I looked at the price, I had to double take. Like, are you what?
A million,
Almost
probably. Some
500,000 for like
Oh,
a
okay.
3 bedroom, 1 bathroom bungalow house, like in the
She said
middle of the
bungalow
city. Like,
house.
what is? And I'm looking like I used to live in the projects right around the corner from this house, and you telling me this thing is selling for 500,000? Like, this is
Yes.
absolutely insane what happened to Florida. So
The
I
average
feel bad for all my fellow Floridians. Honestly, the ones that want to stay, it's almost impossible.
It's sad. We're losing a lot of people. People are leaving. Um, the Floridians, unfortunately, what happens is when things like this happen, our income isn't changing fast enough. It's
Right.
just not. It's not changing fast enough. So I, we are all telling people to buy. If you can buy now and
Yeah.
secure your property so that you don't have to move out of the state you want to live in.
No,
Um,
absolutely.
Right now, average sales for Palm Beach and Broward are at $600,000. That's average price sales for single family homes. It's $600,000. Port
Mm.
St. Lucie is a little cheaper. It's 400,000. Um, but it which is it's insane. I've purchased property before this change, and to have purchased property at $100,000 and see it go up so high. Townhouses now are $500,000.
Right, right. That's crazy. What in I've never actually driven through. I've done like 95, the highway, but I've never like gone into the cities of either Port St. Lucie or West Palm Beach. What kind of properties do they have there? Are they predominantly condos, or is it like a good mixture of single family homes and condos and townhomes?
Um, in West Palm Beach, you're going to get a good mixture. I think you would actually have more single family homes than either of the other two.
Mhm.
In Port St. Lucie, same. You're going to have more single family homes. Broward, Miami, you have a lot more condos. I mean,
Okay.
it's littered with condos. But condos are harder to sell here because you
Yeah.
have to have that down payment, that huge down payment.
No.
Um, and usually people who have that kind of money are going to buy a house.
Yeah, it just makes more economical sense, honestly. Because, like, what on average, if I were to buy a condo, what kind of monthly payment for the condo association fees am I looking at? Because, like, here in Arizona, you're looking at easily for the middle of Phoenix, you're paying 300 a month just for the association fees. That's not even
Mhm.
including your mortgage. What are you guys seeing in your area?
See, I don't know if you guys were affected, but ours have gone up. We had the condo fall in Miami.
Right.
So ours have gone up. All of the associations have they've been changing, like they've been doing their inspections and trying to follow up on things that they need to fix.
Hmm.
And so they've all increased. I would say average is about $400.
Per
My
month.
association is 400. Um, yes, I would definitely say 400. If that might even be low. Because I know some that are 600. I sold a condo last year and theirs is 670. And then they got a special assessment, which made it like $1,000.
Yikes.
Yes, it's insane. The condo association fees are getting kind of pricey. Now they're starting to include lawn care, which wasn't a thing before. They're doing like lawn care inside your property line,
Oh,
not just the community maintenance. My association includes in my yard, in all my little the bushes that they put around, and they do everything. So at least that saves you $100 a month.
for landscaping and all that fun stuff.
Hmm.
That's pretty
Hmm.
cool. What are insurance rates looking like nowadays in Southern Florida?
Insurance is horrible in Southern Florida on pre-owned property. I
Okay.
have to say I bought two properties, one last year, one this year,
Hmm.
and both were new construction. So my insurance has not been a problem. New construction, you definitely can get insurance within the 1,200 to 2,000 ballpark,
Hmm.
depending on the size of the house. Um, but I have spoken to clients who are trying to get out of their house because their insurance is $7,000,
Uh,
or the insurance company is making them replace the roof, even though it doesn't need to be replaced. There's nothing wrong with it.
oh, wow. Okay, now that's different. That's not fun.
No, that's horrible. I had a teacher tell me that she had to replace her roof because the insurance company said that they're requiring it. Either you're going to replace your roof or we won't provide insurance for you, because it had reached its maximum life expectancy, but
Mhm.
it did not have any damage.
Wow. Yeah, I'm not moving back to South Florida. I will tell you why I would, and it has nothing to do with any of that. It has to do with logistics. So, logistically speaking, when it's time for hurricane season to come and they say, hey, you guys got to evacuate, y'all have the furthest to go. That's why I don't want to go down
Well,
this way
yes,
in
if you're all the way south, you do have the furthest to go. But if you're inland, I've lived in Florida for most of my life since I was 3 years old.
Florida.
I have not had any hurricane issues, thank God. And I mean, the hurricanes don't bother me as much, I
Yeah.
guess, because I'm just used to them.
Hmm.
The news hypes them up.
They
It's
definitely
really
do.
not that big of a deal. Yes, hurricanes have hit and have been catastrophic. I think that it happens more when you live on the coast.
Yeah,
I would not want to live next to water when a hurricane is coming. But if you live in the mainland, Port St. Lucie, in the middle of West Palm Beach City, in the middle of Fort Lauderdale City, no, the ocean is not coming to you. It's
for sure.
fine. It's gonna
So,
be some rain and some wind.
pretty much just a regular storm, honestly speaking, is what it comes down to. So, where you are in Port St. Lucie, this is how I know Florida. Are you on the side of 95 that's by the beach? Are you on the inner side of 95?
I'm on the inner side of 95.
Okay, see, yeah, you good. You're
I'm
fine.
safe. I like to keep it that way. I'm
There
safe.
you
Now,
go.
if you love the ocean and the only reason you're coming here is for the ocean, then go live by the ocean. But no, you may have evacuation issues. You may have hurricane issues. I have never had a problem with hurricanes, and I've always lived inland. So,
For sure. Awesome, awesome. So, you have a condo listing right now that's on the
yes.
market. What's your favorite feature in that listing?
Probably the closet. It's about the size of a room.
What?
The master bedroom closet is huge. Um, uh, The condo is in a good location. It's in middle city, Fort Lauderdale City. What else? It is the HOA is $600, uh, which is pretty, normal these
Standard.
days. It's a one bedroom. I think it's a 1.5 bath. Yes, 1.5 bath, because there's a half bath coming into the entrance. It's in a good location. When you come off the elevator, it's right there. So you don't have to go anywhere in the building.
Nice.
There is an elevator, there's a laundry room. It's a pretty good unit. It's going for a steal, it's 125.
That's an amazing price. I saw that and I was like, is
Steal.
this for real? Like, what are we doing? Is that that community, is it predominantly Airbnb or is it kind of a even mixture of owner occupies versus rental property?
I would say it's more owner occupied. The that area is a lot of older community area. So I would say it's more owner occupied. Um, they are doing a lot of updates. All of the condos are, it's insane. But luckily, these sellers are going to pay the assessment, so the buyer will not have to deal with that.
Nice.
Um, I'm hoping to get a tenant that live-in owner that wants to make it their primary. It does have tenants; they're willing to stay or leave. So
Oh,
if you're an investor and you want to buy with tenants, they're welcome. They would like to stay, and they are paying $2,000 a month.
nice. And that sounds like it would be enough to cover whatever needs to be paid for. So, in your area right now,
Mhm.
are you selling more condos, townhouses? Are you selling more single family homes?
Um, I am, and you're talking about me personally, right? I am selling more townhouses and condos.
Really?
A lot of my clientele are first-time home buyers, and so they're trying to just get into a home, and they're
Right.
they're native Floridians, so they make Floridian salary, and so they are trying to just get into homes, and so the townhomes have been a lot less expensive than the single families, and you can even get new construction townhomes for in the mid to high threes now.
Nice. Which
So
builders do you guys have down there right now?
we have a lot. Lennar, Polte, Madame, uh, Ryan Homes,
I love Ryan
K.
Homes. They had the brick homes in Jacksonville. I love their homes.
Yeah, I've been to so many new construction. I'm seen as the new construction specialist in my brokerage. But I have really agreed to only buy new construction. I don't see why not.
For
Right now, especially in this space, they're competing really well with pre-owned homes. I mean,
oh, for sure.
600,000 is the average single family home in Palm Beach County. I could get a house, a new construction house in Port St. Lucie for less than that, really, 5 to 600,000, depending on what size house you need. Um, Port St. Lucie is booming for new construction. Palm Beach has new construction. It's obviously pricier,
Hmm.
but even you can still get. I'm under contract with a client for a townhouse in Westlake, which is Palm Beach new construction, and it's for 460. So the townhomes are just easier to sell, especially when you're getting new construction.
No, for
Then you don't
sure.
have to worry about any of those issues with pre-owned homes. And so I usually like to get my first-time homeowners in new construction. I think it saves them a lot of stress.
For sure. Now, you guys have DR Horton down your way.
Yes.
Are they in the news in your section of Florida? Because I know I've been seeing them in the news in different parts of Florida. Because a lot of the homes are just having all kinds of construction issues,
Issues?
mainly mold. I think is one of the things that I keep seeing. Are they kind of like people? What's the general opinion of DR Horton in your market?
Um, they are not at the top of my list. I really like Polte. I brought with Polte.
I did
I
too.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't just me. They gave me the little bag after I bought, and it had all kinds of gifts and stuff. They gave me like a screwdriver, but like a really nice one with the different tops. I know it's silly stuff, but it was important. I thought it was a nice gesture. Um, and I felt like their whole new home orientation was like really good. They walk you through everything. It seemed genuine to me that they wanted to make sure that there were no issues with my property, and they gave me a lot of contacts if I had any problems. Whereas I've worked with other builders where like you're pulling teeth to get help. So I felt like I think Pote is at the top of my list. But um, we have Lennar, we have Madame. Madame has kind of taken over the Port St. Lucie market. I've sold a couple properties with them.
Because they kind of really they got a cornerstone on like the townhouse market, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Tradition, they created, I think they were really big in the development of Tradition, which is the new city in Port St. Lucie.
Mhm.
So they have a huge, huge plot of land that they're just building and building and building. They have so many properties. I need to get into building. That's my next move.
There you go. And we're gonna be here for it when you make that move, for sure. So your buyers, you're seeing it sounds like you're dealing a lot more with first time buyers. Am I
Mhm.
okay? Perfect. And it sounds like you love that. Like you're able
I
to
do.
like you can nurture them and watch
Yes.
them blossom into homeowners. Kind of like,
Yes.
being a principal in a way. Are you guys right now? What's your market like? Are you in a buyer's market? Are you in a seller's market? Are you guys kind of level?
We are heading into a seller's market. So our
Oh,
buyer's market is winter. We get a lot of snowbirds, but they're just visiting.
right.
People don't tend to want to move during the winter, the holiday, they want to sit still.
Yeah,
So and I try not to list during the winter because it is not seller season,
for sure.
and there's a lot of negotiations happening because the sellers get desperate. So when I have buyers, I'm like, buy in the winter. When I have sellers, I'm like, list in the spring.
That makes
So we
sense.
are heading into our big season, and we're expecting it to be more of a rush than it's been. It's been kind of slow lately. It hasn't been as competitive as it was.
Hmm.
Last year, it was insane. We were outbidding each other when the rates were low. So rates are dropping again. And we are expecting that competitiveness to come back to the market.
For sure. Do you guys see any investors coming your way? Or are they kind of hanging low right now?
I haven't see, I'm selling a property for an investor. I do get a lot of emails for cash investors. How legitimate those are, I don't know.
Right.
Some
Yeah.
of them just want to waste my time. Um, but I would say that our market is hot for investors, for home um, owners, for families. Everybody wants to come to Florida. And if you want to come to Florida, you need to come fast.
Yeah. No, that's for sure. That's for
I've
sure.
watched people wait and the market is just getting worse and worse and worse. We're not expecting a crash.
Yeah. I mean, right now, as much as people hate us saying it, inventory is a problem. So until that problem is fixed, a crash is just not likely. So, but we'll see. Nobody has a crystal ball, so we'll see.
That's true.
So, Monique, do you have any upcoming events that you want to tell the viewers about?
I do have an open house for my listing on the 20th between 11 and 1. Um, we will be there ready to show the property, hoping to get anybody who's interested in a 1.5 condo in Fort Lauderdale for 125.
Absolutely. So we will definitely let the world know about that. And then lastly, is there a final thought that you want to leave for anyone either that wants to work with you or just generally speaking about real estate?
Um, I just think that people should know that it's possible. Some of us know it's possible, and that's great. Get into market, do what you do. But for those of you that don't think it's possible or have questions, call someone, call a realtor, call me, get your questions answered. I answer questions for free. It's okay. I like to answer questions. Um, and just know what you need and do those things, get those things done. Make sure you have a savings that's at least 6% of what you want to purchase at. That's a big one. And get support. Definitely get a realtor. Don't try and do it yourself.
Right.
Um, find somebody that you trust and that is willing to work with you and talk through what you want to do and make it happen. I definitely think that it's the most important thing I did in my life. My child will now have family members who have owned property. Her mom will own multiple properties. I'm going to buy again soon because I'm crazy. I just want to own as much as I can in Florida before
I
they try
love
and
it.
kick us out. So yes, I say get out there, get the information. We have it for you, and make your dreams come true.
Absolutely. And what we would love to do, if it's okay with you, can we get direct links to your Airbnb so we can let the world know which ones are owned by you?
Yes, of course. I will send you a direct link to my Airbnb. I will send you information about my listing and my website and all that information.
Alrighty, perfect. And all of that will be in the description of the YouTube video. So if you want any information about her Airbnbs, any of her listings, how to get in touch with Monique directly, we're going to put that information on the YouTube video for you. Monique, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day to join us. This is a principal, everybody, and she said we're going to come and talk to you home buyer people about what's going on in the West Palm Beach market. So we appreciate you for that. And make sure you guys are following her on social media, Instagram, Facebook, all those good fun, all that good fun stuff. And if there's anything either one of us could ever do for you, my name is Ayana Hawkins. I'm in the Phoenix market. This is Monique Paramore. She is in the West Palm Beach, Port St. Lucie market in Florida and all the little towns in between. And thank you so much for watching, you guys. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you next time.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.